These credit unions are approving up to $50,000 auto loans, even if your credit score is not perfect. Most people don't even know they exist. While the big banks are saying no, these 5 credit unions are quietly saying yes. And one of them might hand you the keys this month. I've spent weeks researching and calling lenders, digging through membership rules and rate sheets because I wanted to know who is still saying yes to real people. And I found them. When you apply for a car loan at a big bank, it's mostly automated. A computer looks at your credit score and that's it. And if you're under a 620, most banks reject you before a person even sees your name. That's why so many good people with jobs and families and a steady income get stuck in the denial loop. And that's when the predatory lenders show up. 24% interest rate, tiny print, and a lifetime of overpaying. Credit unions don't answer to shareholders. They are member owned, not for profit, and they can actually listen. Their loan officers are allowed to look at your story, not your score. So if you got a steady job and consistent income, even with past mistakes, credit unions can look beyond the number. That's what makes them such a powerful path to approval. Let's talk about what lenders actually see when they pull your report. According to Experian, here's how consumers are ranked. If you're in the subprime or deep subprime range, you're not out of luck. But you have to understand this. The system prices risk. Higher perceived risk equals higher APR. That's fine for now because with the right strategy, you can refinance that later at half the rate once your payment history improves. When you compare auto loans, these 3 letters matter most: APR, LTV, and term. But I want to add one more, which is DTI, or debt to income ratio. Here's a quick example. Let's say you make $4,000 a month and your debts, credit card, loan, rent totals about $1,200 a month. That's a DTI of 30%. Most credit unions like to see if you're under 40. So if you're close, pay down small credit cards, remove collections off your credit report before applying. It boosted your odds instantly. LTV means how much of the car's value they'll finance. Some go over 100%, which helps cover taxes, fees, but remember, that also means you owe more than the car's worth right away. So keep that in mind. Now that you understand how lenders think, let's look at the ones that are still saying yes. These are 5 credit unions that are actively lending up to $50,000, even with challenge credit. First up, we have Credit Union of Southern California. They literally have a product called Credit Challenge Auto Loan. That's a strong signal they built a program specifically for people rebuilding. They'll even finance you up to 100% of the car value, meaning you can roll in taxes, title, and fees. They focus on employment, stability over credit score, and that's huge. If you live or work in LA, Orange, Riverside, you qualify. Plus, they offer a 90-day payment deferment so you can settle in before your first payment. If you've got consistent employment and need your first real approval to start rebuilding, Credit Union SoCal should be your first call. Next is Consumers Credit Union, based in Illinois but open nationwide. Their Credit Smart program is designed for people who've been denied elsewhere. They'll lend up to $100,000 and even publish rate tiers for scores below a 600, around 12 to 12.75%. That's transparent and that's rare. Memberships are simple: a $5 donation to their specific association plus $5 in savings, which is amazing. But just keep an eye on your down payment. They sometimes require more upfront for lower credit tiers. Consumer Credit Union is perfect if you want national access and a lender that's upfront about rates for your credit score. Third, we have Trilliant Federal Credit Union. They'll let you pre-qualify with a soft pull so you can see your potential rate before applying. No impact to your score, which is amazing. They'll finance the full price of the car, no down payment required if you qualify, and stretch up to 96 months on your vehicle. If your scores is in the 500s, expect 15 to 17% APR. That's fair considering they're one of the few that actually approve you. Anyone can join by selecting the American Consumer Council during setup. That makes Trillion a safe way to test your eligibility before doing hard inquiries elsewhere. If you're rebuilding and want to know where you stand without risking a hard pull, Trillion should be your first stop. Number 4, PenFed Credit Union. They're one of the largest in the country and they don't hold back. They'll lend up to $150,000 for new vehicles or used vehicles. Anyone can join and you can pre-qualify with a soft pull. They'll even go up to 125% LTV so you can roll in taxes or negative equity. Rates for challenge credit hover in the mid-teens, so just double check your paperwork. PenFed moves a lot of volume, so follow through is very key. If you're aiming for a higher price car or refinancing an expensive dealer loan, PenFeds give you the room to actually breathe. Number 5 is Digital Federal Credit Union, or DCU. They're one of the most flexible lenders in the nation. Their standout feature, 130% LTV. That means if your car loan is $40,000, you can finance up to $52,000. This helps if you have limited cash or need to cover taxes, warranties, or even a little negative equity. DCU also gives new borrowers up to 60 days before their first payment. Perfect if you need breathing room. And one of the best parts, joining is actually simple. A small $10 donation to one of their partners' nonprofit gets you in. DCU is the lender I'll look at if I needed maximum flexibility and a little extra room to get my finances straight after purchase. All right, now we got a credit union that surprised me the most. It's called Baxter Credit Union, and they're approving people based on a completely different scoring model, and that's changing everything for people with okay and bad credit. Let me explain. Now let's talk about it. This one is doing something completely different from everyone else we talked about. While most lenders base approvals on your FICO score, Baxter uses your Vantage score to approve you. Here's why that actually matters. Your Vantage score is usually higher. So if your FICO score is a 560, your Vantage might be a 610 or a 620. And that difference can mean the difference between denied and approved. They have quietly been helping people with challenged credit get back on the road, focusing less on past collection and more on your current stability and income. And if you're rebuilding, hey, this is a game changer. Hold on, now before you apply, make sure you check your Vantage score. Inside Smart Credit, that's the same scoring model Baxter uses, so you'll know exactly where you stand before you even walk in or apply. I'll leave the link below in the comments. That way you can see your Vantage score and actually track if any changes in real time. And if your income is solid and your Vantage score is over 600, a Baxter Union is one of the best kept secrets for affordable auto loans with flexible approvals. A Baxter Credit Union is the kind of credit union that doesn't just lend, they actually listen. And that's something rare in 2025. Now, let's talk about how to use all this the smart way. Getting approved isn't about luck, it's about an order. And here's my 5-step process for stacking the odds in your favor. Step 1, begin with credit unions that offer a soft pull pre-qualification like Trillion and PenFed. That lets you test the waters without hurting your credit score. You'll be able to see who's willing to work with you before any hard inquiries actually start. Step 2, get your documents ready. 2 recent pay stubs, proof of insurance, of course, and your ID. If you're self-employed, you might have to use your last 2 tax returns. It sounds simple, but being prepared makes the lender job much easier and makes you look more credible. Step 3, remember the debt to income ratio we talked about. If you're over 40%, start paying down small balances, even drop it by 5%. It can lock you in better rates and sometimes instant approval. Step 4, once you get pre-approved, walk into the dealership as a cash buyer. Tell them you already have money in place. That shifts the control now. You are negotiating price, not loan terms. And remember, never reveal maximum loan amount. Dealers love to stretch it. Negotiate the car first, then bring your pre-approval paperwork once you're ready to buy. Step 5, once you got the loan, use it as leverage to rebuild. Make on-time payments for 12 months straight, then refinance at a lower rate, all right? This one loan can help you raise your credit score 50 to 100 points over time. That's how you turn a setback into real momentum. And these steps are not theory. This is exactly how I help someone go from denied to driving. This goal isn't just to get you a car, it's to use a car loan as a tool to rebuild your financial reputation. If you've been told no before, I want you to hear me clearly. That's not the end. The lenders we talk about today are proof that there is still opportunity. Credit unions care about people, not just profiles. The biggest difference between someone who stays stuck and someone who gets approved is simply knowing where to look and being strategic. Hold up, now before you apply, there is one thing I want you to do. Hey, watch my video right here. It's gonna break down the 14-day hack, the CFPB method. It's a strategy that helped thousands of people remove inaccurate negative items and see jumps of 50 points to 100 points in just 2 weeks. If you want the best chances of approval, especially with credit unions like Baxter, you need your report looking its best. That video walks you through step-by-step on how to remove things off your credit report legally and for free. So I'll see you right here in this video right here. And remember, your credit score doesn't define you. How you use it does.